Okay, Annalise. So,
Okay.
super welcome to our class today. Today is June 10th. It's Thursday. We are going to talk about the test, right? We'll make some comments about your test, the results. Then we'll talk about the preparation for the project, which will be next week. And we will start Unit 10. Okay, we will do the vocabulary, page 64, about natural disasters. Right? There are even some pictures here for you guys to see. But first, let's take a look at our tasks. Okay, let's see there. Can you see your test? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So this is your test, and you got you got a very good score, Annalise. You scored 31 out of 40 points. Okay, so that was
Okay.
really good. Here we have the answers. Okay, so if you have any questions, that's the moment to ask. Here, everything okay. Vocabulary was very good. Your vocabulary is okay, no problem. Okay, look. You got all the answers from the vocabulary right. Okay, look. Very good. 7 as well. Okay, and 8 as well. I also got really surprised with your results here in the first part of the grammar questions because this one is a little tricky and you got almost all of them right. Relative clauses. So that was very good. Look, see, you got almost everything correct. That was amazing. Look, you did a great job. Only here in the past simple and past continuous did you have a little problem. Hi, Pedro. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, good to see you, Pedro. We are talking about the test, okay? Um,
Okay.
if you want, you can verify your email to see if you received your grade. I sent the results to your email, okay?
Okay.
You can check it there. So here, you got everything right. Look, this was very nice, past continuous. Here too, very good. Okay. Oh yes, just the use of enough. I think you still have some difficulties, right? Here it says the mall is too crowded during the holiday season. Okay, that's the right answer. Here too, we should put the verb and not only the negative word, okay? So I don't like this department store because there aren't enough cashiers, all right?
Mm.
The reading was good as well. Look, everything was okay there. Just true or false that you missed the last one here because it says Veronica always wishes she had girls instead of boys, but it's not always, okay? Here in the text, we have here, look, sometimes she wishes that she had daughters instead of sons. So that's not always, it's sometimes, okay?
Okay.
That was the the mistake you had there. The writing was very good. Okay, Annalise. I liked the
Okay.
text, the story was good, but only a few things here. For example, here, when you start a sentence after a period, you should use capital letter, okay?
Okay.
You should use uppercase. Here also, we should put, there were some downstairs in front of him or in front of the house, and there was a car invading the lane and hit his car hard. So just a few things missing, but the text is really good. I loved it. What an accident. My goodness, I even wrote it here. And the person died. Wow, very sad. So the listening, you had some problems. In the first one here, Isabella isn't dating two men. Who is dating two men? Jenny.
Hum,
Yes.
confundi o nome das duas.
Yes. Because here in the other questions, they will talk about Jenny all the time. Look.
E aí, confundi elas.
Yes. So Jenny is the one who is dating two different men and not Isabella. Isabella is just her friend. So this one here is false. But the other ones are okay. Yes, Eddie can speak three languages. Very good. They met at a dance club. Jenny and Eddie. And what she will tell Matt, that she can't see him anymore. That's correct. And here, the last one. What does Isabella ask Jenny for? Isabella doesn't ask the name of the site. She asks for Matt's phone number. She wants to know because Jenny isn't going to see Matt anymore. She's going to stop seeing him. Look, okay, because she can't see
Ok.
him anymore. So she will tell Matt. Matt will be free. And then Isabella says that she likes broad-shouldered guys. And Matt is this kind, okay? So she
Ok.
asks for Matt's phone number, okay? Yeah. So here, each point, actually each question in the listening exercise is worth 2 points. So that's why your score went down a little bit, okay? Because you
Ok.
missed 2 points here and 2 points here. But the overall test was very good. Okay, Annalise, I think this was the best test you have ever done. It was really, really good. Okay, congratulations.
Ah,
All right.
é,
So that was very nice. Now let me show your test, Pedro. You also did a very good job. Look, you got 30 points out of 40. That was really good, Pedro. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Here, you did very well in the vocabulary. That was very nice. Yes, good. Look, you got everything right. Okay, everything correct. Then, when we started um, with some questions related to grammar, the relative clauses, then you started making mistakes, okay? Here, Tracy enjoys movies that make her cry. That would be the right answer. So this one here is incorrect, okay? She is referring to movies, and movies is not a person. So I can't use who. Movies, that. Okay? Here, would you hand me the book who is on the table? The same idea. The book is an object, so it's not a person. I can't use who when I'm referring to an object. I have to use that. Okay, so that's incorrect. Let's see the other ones. Here, when Allison, here we should use the simple past because here we have the past continuous already. So when Allison saw the accident, she was walking to school.
Mas
Here,
sol
guys,
não é serra?
sorry?
Sol não é serra?
Yes, only one option is correct. So here we have, whenever you have the here, sorry guys, just a second, okay? So I always have two actions. One action that is long, the other action is short, okay? So for example, the long action here is, I was reading my messages when I met my friend. When I met my friend is the short action, okay? So the long action usually takes longer. All right, people, it takes a long time. I was reading my messages, but then I met my friend, and then I stopped reading my messages. I stopped checking my cell phone because then I started talking to my friend. Okay, guys, all right? So here, when Allison saw the accident, she was walking to school. Here we have the long action, okay? So here we have, look, long action, all right? Now we have to use now here the short action, okay? Okay, short action. The short action cannot be in the past continuous. It has to be in the simple past. So when Allison saw the accident, she was walking to school. Okay, Annalise? Okay, Pedro? Yes?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay? Just because he's still barking. So, okay, is it clear, guys? Yes. Okay. So, let me clear my annotations. Yes, good. All right, people. So, there you go. Here. Look. Question number 18. Can you see that, Pedro? Yes? So here we have the short action, okay? When he sprained his ankle. So when introduces a short action. So here you have short action. This is something that happened quickly. Now here I need what? The long action, okay? All right. So the long action cannot be in the simple past. It has to be in the past continuous, okay? So Paul was hiking up a mountain when he sprained his ankle. Long and short. Okay, guys? This is what we have to understand, that usually when I use the past continuous, I'm narrating what happened. And usually it has two actions. One action that was long, it was in progress, and the other action that interrupted, short action. Okay? All right, let's clear here. Next one here. In the reading, yes, there were some problems too. Here you should know that, yeah, here it's in the text. It says here, Tyler broke his arm while he, so let's see the text, okay? Here they say, Tyler, he's 10 years old. Once, while Tyler was riding his bicycle, he fell off and broke his arm. So what was he doing when he broke his arm? He was riding his bicycle. Okay, so there you go. Not playing soccer. Okay, Pedro? All right?
All right.
All right. Look, here we have another question about the reading. Look, Veronica worries that her sons will crash into something and get a black eye. So crash into something is like hit something violently, okay? When you hit, for example, a table or another piece of furniture because you are playing in a violent way, so you can get hurt, okay? Even if you are at home, it doesn't matter. So here she worries that her son will crash into something. Let's see this in the text. Look, it's right here. Look, Pedro. She worries that they will hurt themselves. They run around the house, and she's afraid that one of them will crash into something and get a black eye. Okay? So this is what she worries about. Okay, Pedro, the answer is right here.
Okay.
All right? So crash into something. Here, when the boys are asleep, Veronica doesn't worry about them. Asleep means sleeping, okay? So you said this is false, but it's actually true. Let's see in the text. Look, look here. The only time Veronica rests is when the boys are sleeping. Okay? So this is the only moment when she relaxes. It's when they are sleeping. Okay, so here that is true. Because when they are sleeping, they can't go anywhere. So that's okay. Veronica always wishes she had girls instead of boys. That's not true because it's not always. If you see here in the text, it says, sometimes she wishes that she had daughters instead of sons. So actually, it should be sometimes, not always. Okay? All right. Then you had the writing. The writing was really good, Pedro. You got maximum point in the writing. I liked your piece. It was very nice. You
Thank
talked
you.
about a motorcycle accident. Very good. You used the vocabulary from the lesson. That was very nice. Okay. Look, you used here the simple past with the word when. When the family arrived and saw him with several injuries. So that was good. Okay. Oh, here you made the same mistake Annalise did. Isabella is dating two men. No, that was not Isabella. That was Jenny. Jenny was actually dating two men. Isabella is just her friend. Okay, so this one here is false. The other ones you got correct. Congratulations. Very good, Pedro. Look how nice. You got the last one correct. That one was difficult. Very good. So overall, Pedro, your listening is excellent. Um, except for the first one that you missed, but all the other questions you got all right. You got correct. So no problem. It was just the grammar, Pedro, and the reading. So you have to improve the grammar and the reading part. All right? Focus more on that. Try to read some books in English. Okay, that will help you a lot. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, dear. So let's go back to our page here on Google Classroom. So after talking about the tasks, now we are going to see something about the project. So have you already started thinking about the topic, what you want to do for the project? So let me take you to the book just a second before we start the unit. First, I will show you the lessons that we've learned, the last lessons we learned actually, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so let me show you that. Okay, here you go. This one, guys, is unit 7. Okay, so unit 7 talks about shopping, talks about stores, products. So you have vocabulary related to shopping. Okay, here you go. Clothing, perfume, jewelry, electronics, antiques. So you can also use words like, for example, you can talk about the stores like antique store, flea market, perfume store, boutique, electronics store. And you can also use adjectives like overpriced, reasonable, inexpensive, outdated, or trendy. Okay, you can put, for example, some images of things that you consider overpriced. Okay, you put a pair of pants, for example, and then you put the price. It's very expensive. So you can say, oh, I think these pants are overpriced. Then you put the image. Okay, then you can show another illustration, another image of something that you find trendy. So you say, oh, I think this t-shirt is trendy, for example. Okay, it's nice because you can work with different clothes, you can work with different items and talk about them in relation to price, quality, fashion. Okay, and here you have the vocabulary you need. All right, okay, Pedro. All right, Annalise. So that was unit 7. In unit 8, what did we talk about? Let's go there. Here. So unit 8 talks about describing people. Okay, so here we have personality, appearance, and the focus of this unit is relative clauses. Okay, so in your presentation, if you decide to talk about unit 8, you should include examples of relative clauses. Example, I like people who are smart, Or you can say, I like people who are intelligent. And then you can put a picture of an intelligent person that you believe is intelligent, right? Or you can say, I like people who are polite. Okay. Here we have some adjectives to describe people. Okay. We have reliable, polite, artistic. Okay, guys. If we move on here, you have the grammar focus. You can review the idea of relative clauses, when to use the relative clauses like who, that, which, okay? So here we have some examples that you can use, and then you just put an illustration. It's very basic. You put a sentence and then you put an illustration, an image, okay? Oh, I like people who are creative. You can talk about movies. I prefer movies that teach me something, and then you can put the picture of a movie that really teaches you something. Um, you can talk about a guy who works for a company that makes computers. Then you can put a picture of a guy working for that company. And then you can say, oh, he works for a company that makes computers. Just that. Okay, you can get the examples from the book and just put an illustration, an image. That's it. That's all you want, because I want to listen to you saying these sentences. This is what matters most. Okay, guys. Now, what about Unit 9? What does Unit 9 talk about? Look, Unit 9 talks about injuries, okay? Sports injuries in general, but it can be any kind of injury, okay? So here, this unit is the one that uses the simple past and the past continuous to describe what happened. For example, he was playing American football when he sprained his ankle, okay? So you can show some images of sports injuries, or you can even show a video of sports injuries and try to use the vocabulary. He cut his head, he has a black eye, he has a broken nose, he lost a tooth, he has a broken arm, he dislocated his finger, he has a bruised leg, he sprained his ankle. Okay, many examples there. All right, people. You can also, if you like this unit, you can get some examples from the language practice page. Look here to help you. Okay. Look, I hurt my knee while I was jogging in the park. So you can get a picture of a person jogging in the park, and then you can say he hurt his knee while he was jogging in the park. Okay. Another one, I was playing soccer when I ran into another player. So you just get a picture of a person playing soccer, and then you put the sentence there. You can even talk about yourself, like here, I was playing soccer when I ran into another player. Try to use the same words, the same thing. It can even be the same sentence, no problem, okay? I was learning to windsurf when I crashed into someone. You can change the sport. Here, you can talk about, for example, ice skating. So I was learning to ice skate when I crashed into someone. So this lesson is very easy too, because it describes different kinds of accidents that we may have, okay? Here, look, we have a lot of examples. Five examples. Look, I sprained my ankle while I was playing soccer. You put an image of somebody playing soccer and then you can make the sentence. It's like a caption, okay? I was making a sandwich when I cut my finger. So you don't need to find a picture of a person who cut her finger or his finger, but you can find a picture of someone making a sandwich, okay? And then you just put the sentence. She was riding down the street when she fell off her bike. So get a picture of a person riding her bike and then put there. If it's a woman, okay, you can say she. But if it's a boy, you have to change. You have to say he, okay? And then here, look, I broke my tooth while I was eating olives. So you can put a picture of some olives and then you put this caption, right? I broke a tooth while I was eating olives. Or you can change for something else. You can put another vegetable, something different, okay? I broke a tooth while I was eating apples, for example, okay? Here, there are a lot of examples, okay? And these examples are just perfect. You can use them, no problem, okay? And they have the vocabulary from the lesson. All right, guys, nothing elaborate, nothing complicated, just the sentences from the lesson, okay? All right, Pedro. All right, Annalise.
Alright.
All right.
So it's basically copying, really. You copy the sentences from the book and then you just put an illustration, an image, so you can present your project, okay? Because we really want to listen to you saying those sentences. That's what matters to us, okay? All right, people. So let's go over to the unit of today, right? The unit for today is unit 10. We are going to start unit 10 today. And this is very nice. I like this unit. I really do. Can you see that, guys? Yes? Very nice, isn't it, people? So here we are talking about natural disasters, okay? Just to help you understand what natural disasters are, I separated a short video about it, okay? So let's take a look at some natural disasters. But before we do it, let me take a picture of the attendance here. Just a second. Let me print this page. Okay, guys, let me do the printing here, the saving, sorry. Okay. Which natural disaster is the most common here in Brazil?
Tsunami.
Oh, really? Is it common in Brazil? I didn't know that. Do we have tsunami here in Brazil, like regularly?
Avalanche, então. Eu acho que é uma
Oh my
avalanche.
God, really, Pedro? Do we have avalanche in Brazil? We don't even have
Acho que
snow. We don't
sim.
have snow. What do you think, Annalise?
I don't know.
Okay, so let's take a look at some natural disasters and then later you can tell me, okay, which ones we have here in Brazil. Let me minimize here. Then you tell me if we have, for example, tsunami or anything like that. I don't think so. Okay. Okay, guys, can you see that? Yes? Great, awesome. So Check this out. Let me try to put subtitles in English. Yeah, but they have a lot of mistakes. Okay, guys, let's go.
In case you hadn't already figured this out, our world is full of crazy and unpredictable natural phenomena. But guess what? There's always more, and we found a whole bunch of crazy real-life natural events that we just had to share. Because... what the heck, nature? From the most common natural disaster to curiously colored ice crystals, here are the
Very
50
beautiful.
craziest natural phenomena recorded on camera. Number 15. Earthquake. Of all the natural disasters that occur in our world, the earthquake is probably the one most commonly experienced by the general population. Thankfully, very few of us have experienced earthquakes anywhere near as extreme as the ones in this clip. Earthquakes happen when two earth plates suddenly slip past one another, generating what we know to be a pretty intense burst of shaky shock. In some cases, however, you get earthquakes like this. These clips show earthquakes of stunning magnitude, strong enough to tear cracks in the floor and even bring entire buildings down in the process. It's hard to imagine the natural earth having that kind of power, but as Jeff Goldblum once said, life finds a way. Still, there's nothing scarier than seeing two skyscrapers quite literally swaying because of an earthquake. Hopefully, most of us will not experience anything like an 8.1 magnitude earthquake in our lives. It's not a fun experience, and many people lose their lives amid the chaos, but you can't deny that this is nature at its most powerful. You have to respect it. Before we go on, like this video, smash the subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now, or this centipede will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. Number 14. Turquoise ice crystals. Now, I'm no science expert, but I can tell you this. Science makes pretty things. But even for science, the turquoise ice crystals that can be found in Russia are an incredible achievement of nature. They're cool. Ice cool. This video was captured on Lake Baikal in Siberia, Russia, and shows an incredible sight of some ice crystals which are colored a very unusual turquoise color. Apparently, when the loaded snow crusts start to dwindle down, they begin to glow turquoise in the light. Now, I don't fully understand how science works, but I know that this isn't a common occurrence, and honestly, it's pretty dang cool. Ice cool? Yeah, I'm in the business of reusing jokes now. What can I say? It's become crystal clear to me that if a joke works once, it will work again. These Siberian ice crystals are a pretty impressive creation of nature, and I'm sure that somebody is currently trying to find a way to sell them for profit. But for now, while everybody is unable to make a profit off of this unique ice, we'll all just appreciate it for what it is. Darn cool. Ice cool. Still works. Number 13. Darvaza gas crater. I mean, sure, it looks like the gateway to the flame-ridden underworld of hell, but also it's kinda cool, right? This is the Darvaza gas crater, found in Turkmenistan. And if you never considered Turkmenistan to be a potential tourist hotspot, well, get a load of this. The Darvaza gas crater is arguably one of the biggest attractions in the whole country of Turkmenistan, which is kind of strange because it's literally just a hole in the ground with some fire in it. But wait, I didn't mention that the fire has been burning non-stop for over 48 years. It's absolutely true. The whole thing occurred when scientists attempted to stop an inoperative oil field from emitting methane gas. The effort failed, but the flames kicked up and, as yet, have never stopped. Science? It's all crazy now. Some people will undoubtedly question whether this is a natural phenomenon since it was kicked off by humans, but stop being picky, it's weird, man. You know you want to go see it. It's the gateway to hell. Maybe, for the sake of balance, we should stress that science has yet to prove the existence of hell. Number 12. Kyontong Tidal Bore. If you don't know what a tidal bore is, it's somebody who is so into high-fidelity music that they insist you pay a subscription to some overpriced music service. It's also a natural phenomenon. Probably should have opened with that, actually. A tidal bore is a strong tide that erupts when a river empties into the ocean, pushing up against the current and creating what can only be described as the ultimate tidal wave. There are all kinds of natural requirements needed to make a tidal bore a reality, but the point is that these things happen more often than you'd think. As you can see from this footage of the 2015 Kyontong tidal bore, it can be pretty intense. Turns out it's hard to run away from a tidal wave after you just spent 30 seconds sitting on your bike watching the tidal wave approach you. I mean, we've all been there, but come on, bro. The Kyontong River Tide is apparently one of the world's largest tidal events, with many tourists coming from all over the world to experience it in person. Apparently, the VIP experience also includes a welcome reception at a local Chinese hospital. Gotta love that. Number 11. Circumhorizontal Arc. Interestingly enough, many of the world's most beautiful and fascinating natural phenomena happen in the sky, which kinda sucks for us because we're all the way down here, but hey, sometimes you get lucky and you can see something weird, like a bird with sunglasses or a fire rainbow. It really depends on the time of day. This footage shows the effects of a circumhorizontal arc, a rare phenomenon that sees sun or moon rays refracted from atmospheric ice crystals to form unique ice halos. In this case, the arc appears to be a beautiful rainbow cloud, almost as if it was painted by the Lord Bob Ross himself. Praise be the happy little bush we tell nobody about. This phenomenon has been reported everywhere, from the Czech Republic to Russia, meaning it can be seen anywhere that's cold enough. Sorry to our Caribbean friends. The circumhorizontal arc is one of the most stunning and breathtaking displays of nature. How it comes to be is a mystery unless you remember the science I just told you, but boy, you'll never forget the moment you saw it, unless you do, but I can't be expected to prepare for that. Number 10. Mammotus Cloud. Be honest, if you looked outside to see this terrifying storm above you, you'd either assume you were about to die or suspect that some dog became a cloud monster. Am I right? Okay, maybe that's just me, but somebody else was probably thinking it too. This incredible display of cloud terror is what's known as a mammotus cloud. A massive formation of clouds that appears almost as if they're made up of small cylindrical pouches hanging beneath the main attraction. They're stunning, they're terrifying, and they're also kinda cute. I find the whole thing to be incredibly, almost indescribably confusing. This footage was captured during a storm in Oklahoma, and I think it's pretty understandable why so many people were convinced that these were the end times. Imagine it, you hear a tornado is incoming, and then you see this? I'd be in my bunker, or as everyone else calls it, my bathroom. Mammotus clouds are crazy things, almost unbelievable sights to behold, and an impressive feat of nature. But man, if they're hit by just the right light, I bet those life insurance people get all kinds of business. Number 9. Sort Sol. Every year in Denmark, tourists flock from far and wide to see an incredible natural phenomenon that locals call Sort Sol, or Black Sun. It's an astonishing display that sees the sky totally blacked out by millionaires hoping to prime money from locals to, never mind, it's just birds. Every spring in Denmark, the starling birds begin an orchestrated display that has to be seen to be believed. While preparing to leave for their breeding ranges, the birds begin flocking together, creating all manner of unique and complicated shapes in midair. The sight, as anybody who has ever seen it in person will tell you, is nothing short of extraordinary. Eventually, the birds will part from their flock and begin the long journey to their breeding grounds before returning the following year to do the whole thing all over again. It's basically like getting hammered for your best friend's birthday. It's kinda crazy to see these birds flocking together to create such a stunning display, but you can't deny that it's impressive. This is easily one of nature's most beautiful performances. Number 8. Sky Punch. Yes, folks, we did it. I always said I would. We found actual footage of a man punching the sky. Yes, thank you. Knew it could be done. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to show that footage until the guy's out of the hospital, so instead, here is something else. This incredible sky-based phenomenon is known as a sky punch, which happens when water droplets in the sky evaporate, leaving a kind of hole-like appearance in the clouds. There is a far more scientific explanation, including words like ice nucleation, but, well, I'm a talented voiceover artiste, I'm not a scientist. They've made that very clear to me. This is apparently an incredibly rare natural phenomenon, which probably explains why so few people know about it. If you saw it, you'd definitely notice it, right? Well, maybe not, but we have short attention spans now. I imagine that most people who witness the sky punch immediately jump to assume that it means something. Perhaps it means a storm is coming, or Thor, or a small island in the Maldives is at risk of becoming powdery, but in reality it's just another trick of nature, and we're all grateful for that, unless we can see the footage of the guy punching the sky, that is. Number 7. Aurora Borealis. Ask anybody who's ever invited their boss over for an unforgettable luncheon at their home, and you'll know. The Aurora Borealis can happen at any time of year, at any time of day, in any part of the country and localized entirely within your kitchen. Or it can happen in other places. This footage from Tromsø, Norway, captures the Aurora Borealis' stunning beauty, the incredible display of colorful lights that must be seen to be believed. When electrically charged particles from the sun react with atoms in the upper atmosphere, they release a kind of energy that lights up the sky in this unforgettable display. Unsurprisingly, people flock from all over the world just to get a glimpse of these breathtaking lights, and for reasons much more personal than to enjoy the delicious taste of steamed hams. Steamed hams. Whenever you see a list of the most breathtaking natural sights on Earth, the Aurora Borealis is always somewhere on that list. And it absolutely deserves to be on there, so just remember next time somebody tells you the house is on fire, just remind them it's just the Northern Lights. Number 6. Catatumbo Lightning. Did you know there's an unofficial lightning capital of the world? It's true. Apparently, Thor frequently heads to the Catatumbo River in search of some stress relief, which is the only conceivable explanation for why this place is so electric. A few miles above the point at which Venezuela's Catatumbo River merges with the Maracaibo Lake, something incredible happens. Currents of cold and warm water collide and begin storming together to create ripples of electricity that light the whole place up with multiple bolts of lightning. Studies have shown that the storms can occur between 140 to 160 nights every year, 10 hours per day, and even up to 280 times an hour. That's an unthinkable amount of lightning for just one localized part of the world. Still, don't think that it stops people from making money. If you're willing to risk death, you can take a tour during the lightning storm. Wouldn't that be fun? The Catatumbo lightning phenomenon is fascinating as well as kinda terrifying. It's often said that we should never underestimate nature, and with 280 lightning bolts an hour, yeah, even that may be an understatement. Number 5. Indonesian Blue Fire. Look, I can't promise that Indonesian Blue Fire isn't also the name of some kind of alcoholic drink. Actually, I'm pretty sure that it is. But it's also a good way to describe the incredible sight that you'll see at the Kawah Ijen volcano in Indonesia. The Kawah Ijen volcano is famous for one reason and one reason alone: blue flames. While most volcanoes tend to be filled with bright red lava and magma, the Kawah Ijen is filled with high quantities of sulfuric gas. Given the extremely high pressures within the volcano, the sulfuric gas turns blue when it comes into contact with the air outside of the volcano. This gives the bizarre appearance of blue flames against a black backdrop in the night sky, a hugely dramatic and impressive sight. Or if you believe in conspiracy theories, a surefire sign that we're all going to die imminently. Seeing blue flames in the night is far from a common experience, and it's probably not something you'll ever see outside of Indonesia, but boy is it cool. Well, it's not, it's probably insanely hot, but it definitely looks, it's blue flames. What more could you possibly want from me? Number 4. Bioluminescent shore. There are many, many reasons for you to visit the Maldives, but I have one reason that you will probably never thought of. The beaches light up when you touch it. And that's not an exaggeration. This is like that movie Avatar, but without all the crazy scary animals and blue people. Thanks to science, this beach in the Maldives is incredibly bioluminescent. Whether it's your footsteps on the ground, or your hand in the water, or just the gentle movements of the tide, it seems like the water is continually lighting up a very bright, noticeable blue. The reason for this is more compelling than just magic, although that is absolutely the theory that I'm subscribing to. Apparently, the bioluminescence results from the chemical energy being washed off of the phytoplankton buried within the shore. I don't understand all that science stuff, but it's blue and that's cool. If you are looking for your next cool vacation spot, may I recommend a trip to the Maldives? I'm pretty sure this whole place is Instagram friendly, but glow in the dark beaches? I'm all in. Number 3. The Green Flash. With the world growing increasingly concerned about the threat of climate change, I'm here to premiere my new superhero, the Green Flash. She's the same as The Flash, but environmentally friendly. But I'm not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the sun's Green Flash. The Green Flash is a natural phenomenon that appears at sunset and sunrise, and it's extremely brief. You have to keep your eyes open for this one. When the sun finally descends below the horizon line, many witnesses observe a strange green flash right when the sun disappears from view. Apparently, this happens when a mirage and the dispersion of sunlight occurs at the same moment. All of the light is dispersed through the Earth's atmosphere, leaving it with that odd green hue. Again, I simply say this: science, it's really something. The green flash isn't really a rare phenomenon, but some variants can be especially rare. Some conditions can make the green appear blue or violet, while others make the green extend for up to 15 seconds. It really depends, but the point is, they're all pretty cool. The green sun is like Star Wars stuff. Maybe. Which one is Star Wars again? Number 2. Lenticular cloud. Lenticular clouds are among the most fascinating of all clouds. While you can look at your ordinary, everyday cloud and see a teddy bear or a crocodile or a mother delivering divorce papers to a deadbeat dad, a lenticular cloud is more unusual. Lenticular clouds are stationary, unmoving clouds, frequently confused for UFOs, thanks to that strange saucer-like shape. Usually, these clouds can be found in mountainous or hilly areas and are created when moist, stable air flows over the eddies, condensing them into this unique and most unforgettable phenomenon. And let's be honest, it's not totally unreasonable for anybody to mistake this thing for a potential visit from an alien invader, right? You wake up in the middle of the night and see that circling above your house, you're probably going to agree to an interview on TV too. Lenticular clouds are unquestionably one of the more unusual kinds of clouds in the world, and like most natural phenomenon, they're not all that rare. But I would expect a few more "I swear I thought that cloud was an alien spaceship" stories, because I kinda did before I recorded this voiceover. Once I'm done here, I have an interview with Channel 5 News. I don't know what I'm gonna tell them now. Number 1. Waterspout. Of all the natural phenomena in the world, the waterspout is easily one of the most incredible, fearsome, and intimidating. It's the kind of thing that you'd expect to see in some sort of fantasy movie, but no, this is real. It's a big water tornado, and it's frightening. The easy way to describe the waterspout is that it's a tornado that forms over water. There's basically no difference between a land-based tornado and a waterspout, except for the fact that the waterspout is infinitely worse. This natural catastrophe brings thunderstorms, high winds, violent seas, large hail, and a lot of lightning. So if you happen to be sailing and you see one of these things, it's time to either head back home or say goodbye to the kids. History has an unimaginable amount of stories about boats that were sunk by waterspouts. Thankfully, most people who spend their time on the sea know to run like hell if you happen to see a waterspout. These things can bring untold destruction and devastation if you're not prepared for them. Thankfully, my bed is in a house, not a boat, but be safe out there, sailors. Have you ever witnessed any crazy natural phenomena? Let us know in the comments. Also, check out our other cool stuff showing up on screen right now. See you next time.
That's amazing, isn't it, guys? Beautiful natural disasters and natural phenomena as well, right? So, what did you think of that? Which one did you like most? You liked the cloud? Yes. The
Essa
rainbow
foi
cloud.
boa. Não vem LGBT, essa foi boa.
Yeah.
A restante
Yes.
ficou muito lindo. Mas a nuvem
Yeah.
fica muito linda.
Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, it is really beautiful. Okay, guys, can you see the book now? Yes. Are we back
Yes.
to the book? Okay. So now I can ask you, which natural disasters or extreme natural events happen in Brazil?
Eu não sei como é que é o nome, mas é número 7. Lá embaixo. Alagamento.
Ah, very nice. Excellent. So let's see how we call these things. Let's see the name we give to this kind of natural disaster. We have here in the box a list of extreme natural events, right? Or natural disasters. And we should match them to the images, okay? So here we have letter A, avalanche, letter B, dust storm, letter C, earthquake, letter D, flood, letter E, hurricane, letter F, tornado, letter G, tsunami, and finally, letter H, volcanic eruption. Okay, guys, so number one is already done. Look, number one is letter G, tsunami. Look, really big, okay? Now, guys, I'll give you 3 minutes to do the other ones. Try to match the other pictures and the name of the natural event, okay? Okay, guys. Yes, did you finish?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Very nice. So what do you think number two is? Okay, let's skip number two. Let's go to number three. What do you think number three is?
Volcanic eruption. Eruption.
Sorry, can you repeat, please?
Volcanic eruption.
Eruption. Okay, very
Eruption.
nice.
Yeah.
Eruption. So let's say that
Eruption.
again. Volcanic
Volcanic
eruption.
eruption.
Yes, good. Volcanic eruption. All right. Now number four. Do you know number four?
Tsunami.
Tsunami is already here. Letter number one. Letter G.
Good. Letter G. Eu coloquei a letra D.
So let's skip that one and let's go to number five. What is number five?
Dust storm.
Earthquake.
Oh, não.
Number
É,
five.
eu botei a letra B. Dust storm. Acho que é assim.
What did you
Earthquake.
put? What did you put, Pedro?
Earthquake.
Okay, so let's say this word again. Earthquake.
Earthquake.
Good. Try that, Annalise. Earthquake.
Earthquake.
Good. Earthquake is the same as terremoto in
Terremoto.
Portuguese. Okay? So
Okay.
that's earthquake. What letter is that? Letter C. So let's put here. Okay. Earthquake is very bad because it destroys the buildings, the streets, everything. It's really dangerous. Number six. What is number six? Let's see there.
Avalanche.
Okay, letter A, avalanche. It's an avalanche.
Avalanche.
Yes, very good. That's letter A. So let's mark the ones that we have already done. We have done letter G, H, C, A. So let's cross it out. C, H, and G. Okay. Now let's see number seven. What is number seven? Do you know?
No.
No?
Enchente.
Okay, but there is no enchente here.
Tsunami.
No, tsunami is here, number one.
Yeah.
My goodness. Sorry.
So,
I don't know.
sorry, let's see number eight. What is number eight?
Furacão.
Where is that here?
Tornado.
Tornado, okay.
Tornado.
All right.
Tornado.
So what letter is the tornado? Letter F. So let's put it there.
Yes.
Okay, this one is a tornado. Great. So we've done letter F. Let's cross it out. Okay. Now we have dust storm, flood, hurricane, and that's it. Only three. Dust storm, flood, and hurricane. So what do you think about, let's see, number two?
What?
No.
Avalanche.
No. Avalanche is number six, Pedro.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. All right. So let's go here back again to number two. Number two, guys, is dust storm. Okay?
O que é isso?
Dust
Também quero saber.
storm is tempestade de areia.
Ah,
Okay?
very assustador.
Yes, look,
Beautiful.
dust storm. So you have all this dust cloud coming your way and you have to get out of there. It's really dangerous. So dust storm. Dust, guys, is the same as poeira, areia, dust. Okay? So more specifically poeira. So tempestade de poeira. Right? Terrible. Now we've done letter B. Okay, let's cross it out. Dust storm. Now, what about number 4 and number 7? What do you think number 4 is?
Flood,
Hurricane.
No, not flood. Uh-oh.
hurricane,
Hurricane.
Yes, hurricane. What is hurricane, people?
tempestade de praia.
Yes, more or less.
Tempestade.
Okay, a hurricane is similar to a tornado in just because it is a big storm, okay? But here, a hurricane is much stronger because a hurricane starts in the ocean and then it moves inland and it brings a lot of rain. Sometimes it brings this situation here, flood, okay? And strong winds, all right? So hurricanes are very destructive too because they start here in the ocean and then they move inland, destroying whatever is in their way, okay? So it's really bad. And here, the last one here, we call flood, okay? Flood is the same as enchente in Portuguese, okay? So let's put here letter D, flood, okay? This is what we have in Brazil. When it rains a lot in Brazil, in some places, there is flood, okay? So what letter is that? Letter D. Yeah, letter D. Okay, let me check it out. Yes, okay. So let's see the first one, guys. Let's say the words. The first one here, tsunami. Tsunami.
Tsunami.
Good. Number 2, dust storm.
Dust storm.
Dust storm. Number 3, volcanic eruption.
Volcano eruption.
Yes, volcanic eruption. Okay, very dangerous. Number 4, hurricane.
Hurricane.
Yes, hurricane is the same as furacão in Portuguese. Okay,
Okay.
all right, good. Now, the next one, number 5, earthquake.
Earthquake.
Earthquake. Number 6, avalanche.
Avalanche.
Number 7, flood.
Flood.
And finally, number 8, tornado.
Tornado.
Okay,
Tur-
the
Tornado.
tornado starts inland. It doesn't start in the ocean. The tornado is usually dry, okay?
Okay.
Sometimes you may have some rain, but it's not very common. It's usually something really dry. It's only strong winds coiled in a cone and it destroys many things, okay? Depending on the tornado, it can destroy houses, buildings, right? It's very dangerous, guys. So today, we talked about the vocabulary for Unit 10. Next class, we will talk more about it, okay? Let me take you to our page here on Google Classroom so you know the homework you should do for today. So what did we learn today, guys? What did we do today, actually? We talked about our tests, okay? I gave you the grades. We discussed some questions. I talked about your project for next week on Tuesday, okay? I gave you some ideas what you can do. And finally, we started Unit 10. And what was the vocabulary about? What did we learn in terms of vocabulary?
A unidade dessa é a última, né?
No, it's Unit 12, but this is almost the end. Okay, so what was Unit 10 all about? It's right here, guys. Look, natural disasters.
Disaster.
Yes, natural disasters. That's the topic of Unit 10. So for homework, I'd like you to do Unit 10, vocabulary 1 and 2 from the platform. Okay, guys. Here I
Bye
put,
bye.
yeah, look, I
Okay.
put some images here for you with the pictures of the most common natural disasters. So it's nice for you to see. Okay, guys, don't forget. And don't
Bye.
forget, next week is our test. Okay? Our test, no, our
Okay.
project. Okay, guys, sorry.
Bye bye.
Bye bye,
Okay.
Pedro. Bye
Bye
bye,
bye,
Bia.
Have
teacher.
a nice
Thank you
weekend.
for
Have a nice
coming.
weekend.
You too. Have a nice
Merry
weekend.
Halloween.
Merry Christmas, Pedro. Bye bye.